Okay, cool. What are we supposed to do now that we're back?
Well, I would
Where
like to
did
take
we go?
I guess.
another action.
Oh, okay. So Edlin has another action. Another downtime action.
Yes.
That's his third one.
Because I'm tired of the eternal damage, scared. I'm still scared from like 4 adventures ago. I worship a dark god now, and I'm still scared.
You know
Well,
what?
You're scared of a dark god. It makes perfect sense.
I am also still scared.
So I am going to try to heal.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
Well, with the various healing abilities.
That your character possesses?
I'm going to talk to a psychiatrist.
You're going to
frightening.
You're going to operate on yourself?
Gotta spend my stress.
It always works so well.
Yep. All right.
Because other than that, I just have to, roll. What was what do you roll again for normal healing?
It's your tier.
So I'm just going to use my Tinker, Controlled, Standard, with my 2 extra dice and spend my level of stress.
Okay. It's actually 2 stress, but...
That's nice, thank you. Thank you for that ability.
So sincere.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, America.
5252.
So I have as a number.
It's a pretty good number.
2. I think. Right?
Yep.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to buy at least 2 more actions.
At least 2 more. So you're tinkering on yourself to cure your mental trauma? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, no. I'm also doing it for the internal damage and electrocuted.
Okay.
And anyway, this is,
Because have you ever heard of trepanning? You could just chip a hole in your head and let
this
the
is
demons
19th
out.
century psychiatry. I just need, to feel better and everything will be perfect. I need a good cup of coffee.
Maybe
and that'll
maybe a visit to the country.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take this laudanum. Go home.
Yep. Go to the country. Sweet. All right.
I have my bonus downtime action.
You do, and I think Vaughn was also going to.
Yep.
Bye.
Healy heals.
Yeah, I've got buys.
You've got pies.
Buys. I'm gonna buy another heal from Edlin too, so we can just all go to the lab together. I grab Vaughn by the hand and we skip to the lab.
Okay, while
Sounds
you're
good.
here, I'm gonna need you to get those gloves. Gloves. What am I talking about? I need you to grab that thing and reach into my stomach. There's a little thing there I need.
That's fine. I'm used to putting my hands inside people's guts.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's going first?
Me!
Yeah, he can go first.
You want to make sure it works first?
Yep.
All right.
No, Edlin's healed me before.
I'm no longer shot. Woo!
Did you get a 6 on that one?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
That's quite the turnaround from your last one.
Yep.
Of course.
He was like, "Oh, I'm working on Hamish, right?" Oh, I got confused. All right.
Shane.
So, you gonna roll for Bond?
And
my
we'll
coin.
run for Bond.
Oh, I'm spending the coin for that action, by the way. Doop-de-doo.
So 2.
Doop-de-doo.
Okay. That's good enough for now. I don't want to spend any more coin.
So while you guys are in the lab,
If the head starts talking to me, I shoot it.
one of the Baker boys announces a visitor to the lab.
What?
A visitor.
Edlin told me to let him know when.
Oh, Yes.
when he got here.
Who's this visitor?
Oh, an old colleague from university.
From my university days.
I assume you brought him into the sewer.
And then Finthale comes in.
Finthale.
Good old Finthale.
Is there a look of horror on his face
No, there's a look of genuine interest.
as he passes my drug lab and electrical side and the bodies and
The Hackfish Farm.
my small library?
I
Yep.
put my clothes back on and head upstairs.
Yep. I'll leave them to their sciencing.
They're sciencing. Okay.
I show him the effects of the.
I'll rub the bomb on the electrocution wounds I have from Edlin's weapon.
You didn't get your roll yet? Oh yeah.
No, I did. I just didn't want to roll twice because that's what it
Okay.
would have taken.
Okay.
He also doesn't
Okay.
pass my lightning thrower, hanging up on a wall, mounted. I show him the effects of the wake build.
Crackling ominously.
Well, it's a proper science lab. Multiple things have I guess calling it a Tesla coil isn't right. What we were gonna call that again?
Well, the Jacob's ladder. I mean,
It's
there's
the
those.
it's the Wakefield effect, right? No.
Well, they have the big coils outside, so I'm sure somebody else has done this effect before.
Yeah, some guy not named Tesla. I don't know.
Voltaire.
Sure. The French author did it.
Yep.
I show him, the
And then he wrote a snide blog piece about it because it's Voltaire. Literature joke. All right, Edlund. Yes, he is very impressed by your laboratory. And he wants to know what your next steps are.
Unfortunately, I might have to. I think I can bring the body. The test I have run, I can definitely gather a cadaver. I show him a couple of the cadavers I already have it soaked in there that are just full, all sewed up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is there's no spark, no life. So unfortunately, I might have to start delving a little bit on the arcane side to understand how spirits operate.
Oh, okay. We had a guest lecturer a few months ago who was, well, I wouldn't say it was the same principles, but it seemed along the same lines. He was discussing hollow manufacture.
I've always found the hollow so artificial, so distasteful.
I myself am not enamored with them, but the way this man spoke of them, he seemed very, I don't know, he almost convinced me.
Well, I might. What was his name? I was planning on going to speak with the Dimmer sisters.
Preceptor Dunville?
I knew that would come back eventually.
Ah, the Preceptor.
The Preceptor. Oh, you know him?
I have had some dealings with him. I didn't know that he had a sex. I knew he had a love, obsession with the whole, but I didn't know he was an expert at it. I think I'll have to speak with him a little bit more.
Yeah, from my understanding, he's been researching them for quite a while. They did bring him in as a guest lecturer.
High praise if the university would do that.
I mean, not really. Standards have really slipped.
As soon as you said guest lecturer, I knew it was him.
Huh.
And he did it in one of those cool operating, 18th century operating type room things, where it's all the things down and everybody stands around while they do the procedure.
Of course, that's the best place to do those. Where you
Right.
get where everyone's germs can get involved.
Yep. Yep.
If you're not close enough to get sprayed, you're not close enough.
That's right. So yeah, he's interested. He, walks around, checks everything out.
I am a doctor, an alchemist, a mad inventor, and soon,
Serial killer.
no,
He's already
You,
that.
you are a serial killer.
and soon enough, I will be also be able to do the same thing with arcane stuff. So I'll be like, an arcane crafter,
Priest.
priest.
Monster. I'm just adding things that,
Savior.
Once again,
Savior.
I want to point out we live in a world in perpetual darkness where we're surrounded by lightning fields to keep the ghosts away, and our oceans are filled with demons. I don't buy any of the things you thinking of what is bad is bad.
All of those things are bad, Chris. All of them.
Yes,
That doesn't make you resurrecting a dead god also not bad.
who can say such things?
Me. Ghosts, bad. Starless Night, bad.
So give,
Leviathans, bad.
now we give ghosts bodies, and they become useful members of society again.
Or they murder everyone.
Useful members of society again.
Right. Thanks for giving all the homicidal maniacs bodies.
How well known are the vampires?
People know of them.
Okay. I don't even actually know how they fit into everything, so I haven't said much about them.
They're ghosts who possessed a body, pretty much.
Yeah, see, there are already ghosts running around that do this. Now I'm going to have more control, make it more ingrained, where they're not just wearing a suit.
He's made a vampire serum, everybody. It's cool.
That seems safe.
Right.
It is plenty safe.
Vaughn, did you have a...
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm
Hamish?
going to buy another
Other than looking into Nessa, I do want to do that, but that's not an action.
That is true. In fact, how are you going to do that?
Well, I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask Valeris about it, because if it's someone looking to buy houses, like, they must have, enough cash or favor. So maybe it's someone that runs in her circles.
Okay. So
Might as well ask the Libertines while I'm at it, because different neighborhoods. So
how about a consort roll then?
okay.
The Libertines.
A 3. How's that work? Can you spend a coin, or is this?
No, it's not. It's not a downtime action. It's
Okay.
just gather information.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, consort is not my. Well, it's okay, but it's not great.
Yeah. Yeah. The person who rolls way too many dice on consort is not here this evening.
Right. So 3.
Yeah. So what you find out is basically the public record. Nessa is a former bluecoat.
Okay.
And nobody's heard much from her since she was a bluecoat. I mean, she's still around, but
Why is she no longer a bluecoat?
Oh, there was a big scandal.
Involving.
Well, there was a group of people in the bluecoats, corruption charges, Lord Strangford. It got messy.
Okay. So like she was taking bribes or like
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean,
corruption?
yeah, that's what it was. I mean, they protested their innocence, of course. But yeah, they were drummed out.
Okay. And she just sort of dropped off the grid.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, she's still around, obviously, but nobody really knows what she's been up to
I'll have to ask LaRose.
since then. Hamish.
Yeah, I've got 2 more.
Okay.
I'm going to spend my bonus one on working on my clock to convince Grace to join the gang.
Have you told us about this job offer?
Yeah. Yes.
Did you mention Nessa is the information we're securing?
Yes. I told you everything.
Okay. Because I'd have been like, well, who's Nessa? Yeah.
I tell you everything. All right. Let me see here. I need to sway. What's my position? I guess it doesn't matter. Controlled standard like it has been.
Yeah,
Mark.
it's downtime.
A 4.
Neat.
How many?
I
think that's still 2.
that is 2.
Close,
In fact-
close.
In fact, I know that is 2.
All right. So I need to find some fuel that will actually activate this mystical thurible that I found. Would that be a clock?
Yeah,
All right.
sure would be. Because you don't know nothing about no arcane.
Nope. What kind of clock is it? Or what?
Probably an 8.
8 o'clock. Check. I'm gonna name it fuel for my thurible.
That's what she said. Oh.
Fuel
What I
for
really
my-
meant to say was Fuel for My Thurible is your second album
Yep.
after Ride the Leviathan.
After Ride the Leviathan, you're damn right. All right.
It's a concept album. So how are you going to find fuel for that?
Well, I guess that would be a tune, right?
There are many ways of approaching it. How are you approaching it?
I'm gonna approach
I would
it
not
by...
approach it from the tune route.
No, I would not.
Shane.
What?
You have taken yourself just completely off camera. That is amazing.
Told you.
It's not that hard.
I'm
pretty good at it.
to-
I need a desk that like dips in the middle so I can like, because I always sit with my legs up.
He's like an Amish person. He doesn't want to appear on camera.
That's right. Still my soul.
Yep.
Mm,
And he wears a cool hat. And he's got a beard.
I'm gonna...
And he calls
Perhaps.
everybody English.
But I do have a cool beard.
What are you talking about, English?
Wow. All 3 of the skills that I want to use or could think of something for don't quite work.
I gotta hope if I remember.
Oh, they
correctly,
work. You just don't have any dice in them.
Right. I mean, they work. I just don't have any dice in them.
I'm
I'm
really,
just
maybe-
terrible at all of them.
Maybe this is a clock I should wait for.
I really hope if I have the wherewithal, if I ever get that English thing, that I can remember to say back nothing German.
Yeah. You know, you don't have to necessarily make the roll, but you can just keep the clock on your character. So you're
Right. Yeah. I'll just keep the clock.
I mean, there's nothing.
Yeah, that'll be it for me then. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe do some training.
So pulling money out of your stash is 2 for 1, right?
Yep.
You
One.
lose 2 stash for 1 coin.
So I need to heal again.
You got gang coin too. Don't forget that.
We're saving that for.
Oh, you're saving it. Oh,
We need a lot of coin to tier up.
Oh.
Yep.
So I'm going to try
It's
to
some
heal
ridiculous
myself.
amount.
So, yeah, the Baker boys are not too happy with that.
Why?
With what part?
Well, I mean, you guys have been you've been a little cheap recently. Haven't been spending on the entertainment budget as much. You know, for the gang, keeping up expenses and things. And
Oh my god.
I mean, they're still getting paid, and you know, they've got their fine weapons and whatnot. But you know, they're used to a few.
I don't know.
Perks.
Perks like fetish parties?
I mean, you know, there was pizza every Friday, and you guys stopped ordering pizza because you're saving money to go up in tier, and we got kind of used to it. We didn't have to bring lunches from home, and
They still don't. They get free bakery goods. They're
know
the
what?
baker boys.
If they tighten their belts for like a little bit, like
Once again-
everything's gonna tier up at the same time. It's gonna be great.
Once
Including
again,
them.
our gang members are called the Baker Boys.
yeah, fabulous Baker boys.
I got two,
Do,
one,
do
one,
we
and
put
four.
Fabulous up there?
You didn't, but you should.
A 4 is what he got to.
Oh, I'm not even looking at dice. Oh yeah, look at that. What were you rolling for?
Healing.
Healing.
Healing himself. That's 2 ticks.
Yep.
Okay, so that actually clears one time round.
So all of your injuries go down one tier.
So both sides of them.
Yeah. Yeah, all injuries that you have go down one tier.
Okay. Good. And now I am first going to talk to Sister Thorn.
Okay.
I am particularly looking for a nice throne of judgment weapon, preferably a dagger, a knife.
Okay. Well, I already told you where you could find a water clock. What?
This is a give and take. We help.
Oh, you're going to give me the knife.
No, I'm taking the knife.
You also.
No. What she was saying was the water clock had a symbol of the throne of judgment in it.
Oh yes, no. This is just a long-term thing. If you
What,
hear
my
any
water clock?
rumors,
Yes.
I see what you're saying. No, thank you for that. But this is just a long-term threat, a long-term thing. I am looking forward to a knife, particularly a dagger.
Okay.
That would be greatly appreciated.
I heard Raffalo might have one.
Who is that?
Raffalo? Who is that?
That name sounds familiar.
Surely you've heard of Raffalo.
Have I heard of Raphael?
I mean, of course you've heard of Raffalo. He's only the most famous artist in the city.
Oh. Can you spell it?
Rafello?
Of course I've heard of him. Thank you. I am also then going to contact my weird pseudo purveyor, Eckhard,
Yeah.
to gather some bodies.
Don't you have enough?
I always have enough. But
I mean, don't you have enough? I mean, Mike.
I need them relative as fresh as possible.
It's
But-
never enough.
You were telling me about your preservation.
Yes. This
Good.
is slightly different. I need them for an experiment, but I also need to. Do you really know? Really need to know what I want these bodies?
I mean, my profession is corpse thief.
Yes.
I've probably heard it all.
Well, one of the aspects that I need the bodies for is I want to start. I am gathering the blood for the Dwemer sisters.
What do they want with blood?
I don't know. They're witches. I think they bathe in it.
Oh. You gotta stop hanging around Hamish.
So that is a fetish that I would probably indulge in if it was on fetish night. I'll try anything once. That's how my skin is so smooth and silky.
Right. Right. You've probably gotten some corpses from Eckerd too on several occasions.
Yeah, that's not my favorite fetish.
Ugh. Ugh.
It's just so cold.
Right.
It's almost like putting your penis in a water clock.
Right. Right.
I was just looking at
Ugh.
I was looking at the list of the notables, and they're like the second down from the top. Like, oh, if I need to learn about magic,
Yeah.
they might be a good one I will need to start talking to. So I need
Or
to,
Lord Scarlock. I mean, really, those are two great choices. Lord Scarlock. Two great choices that taste great together.
see. I didn't even look at the bottom where the roughly. I did see that now on the list. But yes, I want to give them a gift of blood to see if it's a way I can start getting into their good graces.
Okay.
Can I come with you?
Okay.
Well, you know, it's tough to find.
I need to learn about the arcane too.
It's tough to find bodies with the blood still in them in my line of work.
Well, tell me.
Most of them have holes poked in them first.
Sure.
Tends to be how they die.
Well, tell me if you
The
hear
hole
any
poking
rumors.
and the blood loss.
Maybe an entire house carbon dioxide or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, we could. You want me to arrange that? 'Cause-
No, not at the moment.
You
That's
know,
not
Edlund,
needed.
we come across a lot of bodies with the blood still in them.
Sure. But I was going to do it now. But mainly I'm just doing that so I can make a roll
What kind of roll?
to heal myself. I'm now at like 7 or 8 stress.
Okay.
Oh, you mean indulge your vice?
Yes.
Indulge your vice.
Was that enough of it, using a purveyor?
Yep. Nice.
Nice.
So I go down to 1.
Cool. Well, he shows you a couple different objects. You know, he's got rigged up, and they're basically like, you know, maple syrup collectors, except for bodies.
Oh.
You just jam them right in there, and then the blood, you know, drips down into the.
I've got a
Dang it.
radical idea of trying this with oranges.
What? Why would you want orange juice? That's awful. Meanwhile, you can get the blood out of a corpse. No one would drink orange juice.
It's ridiculous.
Also, what's an orange?
I have no idea.
That's a color. You can't drink a color.
You can't drink color.
I also do want to go speak with.
If oranges don't exist, do people know what the color orange is?
That's a good question.
Damn.
Wow. You just blew my mind.
Hamish.
Yeah.
I come up to you. Our libertines. Who is
Yeah.
the one with the hand? The piano player?
You know, the guy with the hand?
They all have hands.
Right.
They all have 2 of them.
What was his name again, Mark?
Narcus.
Narcus.
I go to the libertines' place,
Uh-huh.
knocking on the door.
I mean, you know, it's open.
A nice rap with my cane.
Yeah, someone inside yells, "It's open."
I walk in.
There in, you know, the main sitting room, Narcus is ding, ding,
No.
ding.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
And Vestine is, you know, lounging on a chaise lounge with thing wrapped around her arm, just needle half hanging out. And they're all like, Edlund. I mean, and they kind of do it like that.
I am probably the one they deal with the least.
Yeah, right. I mean, they know of you. Obviously, you get the good shit for them, but you're like the candy man.
They see him the least, yeah.
I walk up to the whatever his name is.
Narcus.
Narcus.
Hey, you person.
He's played by Ricardo Scaramarcio.
Okay.
Marcio? I don't know how you say that, but
Do you know?
except way more gaunt and heroin chic.
Do you know Raffalo? Raffalo.
Of course.
I need an introduction.
Well, I don't move in his circles. He's always a bit of a
I look at him. I need an introduction, and I leave.
You hear bang on the piano. Christine's like, what?
Okay, that was all I needed to do.
All right.
I was hearing excuse.
Okay. So, what's the plan? What's gonna happen?
So, I'm just going to say a
Safe.
couple concepts. The
Okay.
concept of the police station is probably not what we're really thinking of.
Probably not.
Not as secure. A little bit more open. I don't think, and obviously the place where they put prisoners is very secure.
Well, I mean, there is Iron Hook Prison, but that's slightly different from jail.
So first, we have to find his office, where it's located.
Yup.
What floor is it? An outside or inside office?
I think LaRose can provide all of that for us. He would know where his office is. Yes.
I mean, yeah, generally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he could totally do that.
So is it an outside or inside?
Oh, it's an inside office?
Dang it! So it's not. It doesn't have any walls that are.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah, they keep all like the interrogation rooms in the basement so that, the sound gets muffled.
And sunlight deprivation.
And the sunlight deprivation, sure. Although there is no sunlight anyway. So,
The
No,
darkness
that's true.
deprivation.
That's true.
but back when the
The
when
Star
police
Sea
station-
deprivation.
right, yeah, back when the police station was built, there was sun, but I guess I don't know. I don't remember how long
Maybe.
ago it happened. Yeah, and then they've got the actual cells, like for the jail itself, is on the upper floors. But they don't, have jails at all of their headquarters. It's just certain ones, where they've actually got room. I mean, they've got district offices everywhere, right?
Yeah.
They're the police. They've got offices all over town. But his particular office, where Bowman's is, they do actually have jail cells, and they're like on the third floor.
So can we go with the assumption that there's less people there at night?
Well, define night.
1 in the morning.
No, there's more cops active at 1 a.m. than there are.
Why?
Because that's when all the crime happens at
Oh.
night.
What does that have to do with it? That's all night crime.
That's not real crime.
That's the kind of crime you can get stabbed
Listen,
in the back out.
Listen. That's not what we do our crime. We've done it in broad daylight.
That's true.
If there was a
like
such
every
thing as
job
broad
we've
daylight
been
or
on.
night.
Except for the one party we went to in the evening. It's been broad daylight
Yeah, but
in the eternal night.
even then, there's still less traffic, less people around.
And generally, we've gotten them to help us do it.
So, do we want to go in when there's high traffic and merge with the crowds, or do you want to go in when there's low traffic?
We're not exactly the snake end. Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of our gang. But once we're in, we don't tend to do things quietly.
Somebody starts giggling, and then
Although I think we're gonna have to in this case.
Yeah,
because
I think we're gonna
we
have
can't
to be on
be
the
messing
on
with
this.
cops.
Yep. Yep.
So, are we thinking infiltration then?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Where it's
gotta be.
It's gotta be quiet.
I mean, it's definitely sounding.
And our best actual impersonator, bullshitter, is gone. So
It's true.
infiltration definitely sounds like the best bet. I mean, I can get a fun cover identity for anything. I can pretend I belong there.
So, all right. I guess there's two ways we could approach this: deception or stealth. Because deception would be lure, trick, or manipulate your way inside, whereas stealth would be to sneak in unseen, like trespass unseen.
I say sneak. Stealth.
I would prefer deception, but again,
Your deception
that's going to require talking.
All right.
Yeah.
So for stealth, we just need to know the point of infiltration.
I scout the place.
So how would you get in?
Can't
Talk
we
to the
just do
rose.
our
I talk
typical-
to the rose, and I scout the place
The
with the
sewer
hawk.
connections.
with Vesper.
Your sewer connections are pretty good. I'm kind of thinking that the police station would hopefully have accounted for things like that.
Well, I'm sure they have, but
So I don't think those will get you in.
I'm just thinking maybe they just put locks on it.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
We can go in as a cleaning crew. I'll bring the little orange buckets.
Yeah, I mean that would be one way to get in, or figure out some, legitimate business you might have in the police station.
Well, because I want to do stealth, because I am not good at the other one at all.
We're here to turn ourselves in.
But yeah, that sounds more like deception. So let's see. What sort of places where could you infiltrate a police station? Well, there's the loading docks. There's the loading docks. There would be the front door. You could sneak in the side.
Sewer connections.
There's also the rooftop approach.
I was thinking like that, but I haven't built a line thrower yet.
Which one
You
has
don't
the
need
least
to-
security?
You don't need to build a line thrower. So it's a little weird because they've got their jail cells on the third floor. So in a weird way, they're actually kind of protected up there.
And we're trying to get into an office, right? Where's the office?
It's on like the second floor. I mean, it's actually probably like 5 floors, the building. So,
Okay.
But it's, somewhere in the middle. It's where you put all the pointless, useless bureaucrats in a building.
Are there windows in this building?
There are windows.
How many police are like what time of day is the lowest police presence?
There's not a great time. I mean, there's a lot of blue coats about all hours of the day.
Okay.
I would say, yeah, I mean, night there's going to be fewer, but it's still not like uncrowded.
Okay.
Doo-doo-doo.
Well, I'd say the roof's probably out just because that's gonna require us to go even farther. Or if you go down 3 floors of blue coats
Right.
and get to the roof successfully. Maybe the loading dock?
So
if we could sneak aboard, a delivery.
Yeah, and they do to get deliveries. That's what the loading dock is for, as well as shipping stuff out. Now, it's on the river. It's right on the canals.
Okay.
So their loading dock is actually like below the actual building. They've got to climb upstairs and stuff. And they've got like a little elevator thing too. Yeah, and they actually run like, what do you call those things?
Bakery.
Paddy wagons. They call them paddy wagons. They've got paddy barges.
That makes sense.
So, when they round up a whole bunch of people, they
So
cart them down the
I
river.
had an idea that actually might work.
Send out the patty barges.
Let's get the
Right.
Baker boys to start a fight in a nearby bar.
Okay.
Actually make them, earn their lippiness for
So-
once.
So that there should be enough of them that they bring out a paddy barge. And then we sneak in while they're leaving.
We could also have the Libertines go in and report a crime
Possibly, but I think
to provide double the distraction.
Get as many out of the building as possible.
Well, or as many who are in the building distracted dealing with the overdramatic nobles. So some people have to leave with a paddy wagon, and other people are distracted with the overwrought nobles who had Mr. Fluffernoodle stolen or something.
Right. My cat is worth more than all of your lives.
Right.
You will find him.
Right.
my baby goat is beautiful.
Right.
What's the name of a high-class goat?
Mr. Snuffles.
No, I mean the actual breed
Fainting
of
goats. Fainting
Oh.
goats.
My fainting
fainting
goat is delightful.
Right.
Right.
He is a champion fainting goat.
Right. He can just
He
faint
was-
on command.
He was born deaf, you plebeian. Have you no heart?
Right. Exactly. I actually think this is pretty solid.
I like it.
Both
All
our
right.
gangs involved.
That sounds workable to me.
Let's get the whole family involved.
Let's get everybody involved. So does that mean that you're not actually bringing any of the gang with you?
Well,
No,
the
they're,
Libertines.
they're all distractions.
I mean,
Well,
they're
right.
all involved, but you're
Yes.
not bringing them with you.
Right.
Correct.
None of our gangs
Okay.
are actually stealthy members.
Bringing them. Well, the Libertines actually might be able to pull it off. but
Are they skulks yet or not?
they're not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet.
I couldn't remember if they were skulks.
I would like
or
them to
not.
be.
I would like them to be too.
Why can't we just buy a skull gang? Then we'd have a third option for stuff like this.
Because they're already elite.
Although there is benefit to having a third gang, I think
There
too.
is.
Well, just the fact that you've got 3 gangs. I mean,
Right. Right.
that's a bit of a. All right, so engagement roll. Engagement roll.
Let's see how big of a fight the Baker boys get into.
Come on, Shane, do it. You are engagement roller. Do we
You're-
get a bonus
You're the
here?
leader of the gang.
Well, we have to. How am I the leader?
You just seem like the leader.
I think it's really just because you tend to make the engagement rolls.
I do.
Now, Hamish is too psychotic,
I'm not
untrustworthy,
psychotic.
untrustworthy in a fight.
I'm not
psych-
untrustworthy in a
You
fight.
are.
No, I'm not. I have saved us in
Don't hit
every
me.
single fight we've been
You're
in.
getting angry. Don't hit me. I'm not saying you're not. Thing is, your temper. Your temper is a liability as a leader.
Oh no, that's totally true. When I don't have a
No,
temper,
don't hit
though,
me.
I'm a very
No,
careful
no.
planner.
Don't.
Not my face.
Not the face.
You cross your arms one more time. I swear to God.
Huh.
Right.
give you a reason to crush your arms. All right. Let's do the engagement
And you'll
roll.
tell people you
Dice
fell
stack.
down onto a doorknob.
Right. All right. So you get 1 die.
Yep.
To start with, obviously.
We have 2 dice
is-
because we're us.
Because you're special, right? Actually, does that one count? Because you're infiltrating, right?
Clandestine infiltration.
Yep. Sounds like it. Cool. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
We're breaking into a police station
We're breaking into not
to
just a
steal
police
stuff from
station.
an IA officer.
Right. An IA officer.
That sounds pretty run of the mill to me. I don't know. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
Two factors, but we're kind of
I
going
think so.
on the
It's
fly.
not contingent on those though. Those just help.
Yeah, I would say it's probably not.
Okay. So that's going to be +1 die for those. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
Manpower.
That's all decision.
Yeah, that's up to you. Manpower. We are trying to split their manpower.
Here's another reason of going at the night hour, because there's going to be a less paperwork staff.
The night's also when there's more crime, so there's gonna be more cops out of the station. So,
But
in
it's
theory,
also there'd be less paperwork, less secretaries actually.
Right.
Or is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations?
There's a possibility, yes.
I mean, it's
It could
not
be a
necessarily
watch.
that they have.
favor. I don't know.
They do have defenses against it since it's their building, and
Can we say this is a crossover, and the precinct we're raiding is involved with some kind of sitcom situation, where you have the wacky cops? If it's wacky cops, they're not prepared for this.
yeah, they're not.
Can we
not-
be in the section as it showed on a Ruby map in the first season? Dumb cops.
Right.
No. So I'm gonna say that's actually probably -1 die.
Okay, so 2 dice.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight?
Yeah,
Well, I believe one of
LaRose.
them works there.
Right.
Right.
So,
So
3
that's
dice.
That's an extra die.
All right. How many of these have we gone through? Let's make sure I kept my track.
You've got, let's see, 1, -1, +1. You've got +2.
Is that including the second story ability?
No.
All right, so 4 dice right now. Okay.
Are any enemies or rivals interfering in this operation?
No idea.
Actively interfering, maybe, or not, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think they're actively interfering. Are there any other elements you want to consider? For instance, a higher tier target. Well, yes, I would like to consider
They
that.
are certainly higher tier.
I would like to consider that. So yeah, that'll be -1 die.
All right, so 3 dice.
And that's it.
All right, 3 dice.
All right.
3 dice.
Not 2 dice. 3 dice.
All right.
4.
A solid 4.
I crit on a 4.
You do not crit on a 4. So that means you're in a risky position when the action starts.
We sneak into the bay and realize, oh, they're not all gone.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Sure. The paddy wagon takes off. I'm sorry, the paddy barge. The paddy
Takes off.
barge takes off. Right. You get up in the docks. And then you realize, oh, they're actually unloading another paddy barge. They're still unloading. And so there's actually a bunch of cops.
Okay, I immediately try to move in line with them when they're unloading.
Okay.
I don't do that because they're going to keep an eye on those people.
But before we get to that, load?
Well, since the whole idea was to be subtle, like to actually not get caught, at least medium, like
I'd say medium.
or normal, I guess it's called.
Normal, yep.
I was considering heavy because, again, the idea was to not be seen. We weren't trying to like blend in or anything. But I don't ever go heavy, so normal.
Yeah, normal's fine for me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, light is, an ordinary citizen. Normal is a cop. And then
no
heavy
normal.
is a soldier. So normal could work in this situation.
Right.
Also, Phil, it's not like we're breaking a police station. Light or normal is going to be no difference. Brave, we get caught or seen.
Right. You're kind of screwed either way.
Right.
So, we come in, we find out that they're unloading another wagon. Is there anywhere I can move quickly to get out of the sight of the cops?
Can I just duck back down into the boat that I'm presuming we took over here?
I mean, yeah, you can jump back down in the boat. It would be really.
Can I just hide behind their boat? Like in the front of it, on the other side of where they're unloading people?
I mean, that's where you sort of have to approach from, but it's also a thing of, they've got blue coats up on the docks, leading people, because I mean, they want to make sure that the people on the paddy barge can't just wander away, so they're going to be watched every step, and so there are blue coats out there watching. I don't know. I could see a finesse roll maybe to either hide the boat or approach it differently, but I don't know. What do you guys do?
Because I sort of assume we poked our heads out and then we're like, oh crap, and then ducked back up behind.
Right. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, but you are basically parked at a police station at this point. Okay. You will be noticed if you don't do something quickly.
Okay.
Right.
So what are you going to do?
If we get low in the boat, can we bring the boat under the dock? I don't know how high this dock is comparatively.
No, because these are canals.
Okay.
So there isn't an underneath. It's just wall.
Okay.
Just pull a tarp over the boat.
I'm going to swim underneath to the paddy boat and wreck the bottom of it so it starts to sink and distract them, so that Edland and Vaughn can sneak in.
Okay.
I've not wrecked something in a while. I like to wreck things.
Sure. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to say that's risky.
Sure. Absolutely.
Limited. Unless you got some cool tools or something you can bring to the situation.
I do. I have the supernatural strength with which I punch through the bottom of the boat.
I mean, I'm assuming you can get through the hull. It's more about making a big enough hole for it to matter quickly enough. Is more how I was thinking. Now, I mean, you could use supernatural strength to do that, I suppose, but
yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Well, in that case, we'll go with risky standard.
Okay.
Because, it's a big boat. You got to make... It's a barge. They're meant to be pretty sturdy in the old water there.
Yep. Submit.
Do you want a devil's bargain? Does anybody else want to help?
I pushed myself, so I can't accept a devil's bargain because I have to push myself for the supernatural strength.
Right, but you get the bonus for pushing yourself.
But I do get the bonus for pushing myself.
But you can have help.
Yeah, anybody want to assist somehow?
I'm trying to think of how I would help that.
And in fact, your best bet is probably to do a setup action
Yeah, your best bet is to do
What
a
are you
setup.
trying to do?
because you need that +1 effect, I think.
Yeah, I do. Because that will put my effect to
What are you trying to do?
Great.
great. I'm trying to wreck the boat.
He's trying to break the boat so that so that people will be distracted.
How exactly are you trying to break the boat?
Yes.
Well,
that's
I'm
important.
swimming over there, and I'm punching through the bottom of it and tearing the hull apart.
So
Oh, you're
I-
just Hulk smashing. Okay.
I go, that's wonderful. And I hand you a goddamn crowbar.
Okay. Right, no, that works.
I don't care how strong you are. Your hand is meat and bone.
So, an assist from you or setup?
Is that an assist or a setup there, Chris?
I don't know
That'd
the
be
difference.
better if it was.
So a setup is actually an action you need to take. And it, of course, can have consequences as well as any other action. Whereas setup is you just spend stress and you give them a bonus die.
Assist is yeah.
Assist, yeah.
A setup, though, would actually improve my effect.
Right.
Okay. I will attempt to set up, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it that way. I go,
Um,
when you go for the boat, go there and there.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you're gonna like do
Use
some.
this crowbar. Don't use your meat fists.
You're using Tinker. Okay. Like telling me where to hit.
No. I'm using wreck.
Oh, nice. Okay.
either works.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that, Chris. We'll see.
Use your ham fist.
What is the roll?
It's rec, and it's going to be
No, I know. I mean, controlled standard.
Yeah. Controlled standard.
Four and one.
Okay. I mean, that's a success.
So that will up my effect to great.
Yes. That is a success. However, there is a complication. So, right before you jump into the water there, Hamish, one of the blue coats comes over to the side on the barge where you are swimming in and, gets out his pipe.
Okay.
Do a slimy at him. I just wanted to say slimy.
Okay.
Eat
So-
hagfish, copper.
So, Hamish, what are you going to do?
Try to hold my breath and swim to the other side of the boat.
Okay. Well, how about prowl?
That is movements.
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
good at
that would
that.
be.
And it is moving about unseen and stuff.
Sure.
Which you are trying to do currently. That'll be risky. I think risky standard, really? Just to get to the other
Okay.
side? That's
How
not
good are
bad.
you at that, Hamish?
Terrible. You want to tell me what the devil's bargain is?
I'll assist you.
Okay.
I'll have my hawk screech, like in a direction away from where Hamish is, obviously up in the sky. So I can't imagine there's a lot of falcons like flying around the city.
Actually, there's a terrible horde of them. It's really annoying. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. You can do that. That would.
And also, what's the devil's bargain?
Well, I'm thinking. There's the classic. You shouldn't drink the river water.
Yeah.
You have syphilis.
You shouldn't drink the blackened, dark
Right.
water.
Drink,
You-
drink
you-
the oobleck.
You
Drink the
probably
oobleck.
shouldn't.
It's
Probably
fine.
shouldn't drink the river water. I guess that's what I'm gonna say. It'd probably be like level 1 harm.
No, I don't want that. I'm just
Okay.
gonna go for a 5.
Yeah.
That was my die right there.
Yeah,
It
what?
was.
Kind of was, wasn't it? Yeah. All right. So yeah, you get to the other side, away from the blue coat.
So now I can wreck.
Yeah, you can. Except
There's a complication in every roll.
there's not every roll, just most rolls. And I'm actually not going to do the complication this time. I think I'm actually go with the desperate position, because you are now on the other side of the boat, which is actually closer to all the cops.
To everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
So
you
my
actually
position is now-
have removed your cover in a
Okay.
way. So you're actually going to be desperate. Great
Okay.
for your wreck roll.
Okay.
He pulls the boat into the briny deeps. Like
So
a
it's times
kraken.
like that. I wish I'd done that and had the Saboteur special ability. When you wreck, the work is much quieter than it should be, and the damage is hidden from casual inspection.
That's cool.
Oh, that is cool. All right, here we go. 5, 5, 2, 5, 5, so 5.
So 5.
So 5.
That's a 5.
You said 5, an awful lot.
That's a 5.
Uh,
I'm also gonna take an experience and prowess.
You are, because that was a desperate.
Was a desperate roll.
Yeah. Let's see. Doo-doo-doo.
Okay, now you two have to go sneak off now that they're distracted.
So yeah, you work great. So that will actually make a difference. I mean, the boat will suddenly. There's a horrible grinding, crunching noise, and it suddenly shifts,
Uh-huh.
and people start yelling, and
Uh-huh.
there are prisoners who suddenly have decided that they need to be off this boat immediately,
Right.
and there's bluecoats restraining them. So yes, everyone is good and distracted, except for the people who are looking at the boat and look down in the water and see a guy swimming there.
Okay, Mark, I'm going to immediately pretend like I fell in. Like whatever jarred the boat, knocked me over.
Okay. They will happily fish you out.
No, absolutely. And then I'm like, part of the people in the paddy wagon.
They've got like man catcher.
No,
you know,
absolutely.
things.
I don't resist.
But the other two of you,
I'm gonna take this opportunity to sneak in.
you can take this opportunity.
And do we want to break there?
That is an excellent idea. I was about to suggest it myself.
Cool.